Ukraine is at a turning point in the war, and the next few weeks could determine the outcome of the conflict. Russian forces are under immense strain, with reports indicating that they have lost over 5,000 tanks and armored vehicles in the past year alone. The Kremlin is struggling to replace these losses, forcing its troops to rely more on infantry-led assaults. Despite these challenges, Moscow continues to push forward, hoping to outlast Ukraine and its Western allies. The question now is whether the West will step up or hesitate at a crucial moment. Western support has been the backbone of Ukraine's resistance, but uncertainty is growing. The United States has provided military aid since the start of the full-scale invasion, but political shifts in Washington are raising concerns about whether that support will continue at the same level. Some U.S. leaders are pushing for negotiations with Russia, which could leave Ukraine in a vulnerable position. Meanwhile, European nations have pledged new aid packages, but many leaders fear they are being sidelined in discussions about the future of the war. The latest defense meeting confirmed that Europe is committed to supporting Ukraine, but without strong backing from the U.S., maintaining the necessary level of military assistance will be a challenge. A Russian armored column was destroyed near Konstantinopol, Donetsk region. The tightly packed impact zones suggest they ran into dense minefields. Vehicles detonated while attempting to maneuver around wreckage. Ukrainian artillery then finished the job, striking the trapped convoy. Russian forces in Ukraine are facing mounting losses that are severely straining their ability to sustain offensive operations. High casualty rates, destroyed equipment, and logistical shortfalls are depleting frontline units faster than they can be replenished. This is forcing Russia to rely on poorly trained recruits and outdated armor, weakening their combat effectiveness. Frequent Ukrainian strikes on supply lines and command centers are further crippling their ability to regroup. Russian troops in the Donetsk sector almost reached their destination, but something went wrong.
Давай, вставай быстрее! Давай! Давай! Быстрее! Прячемся куда? Ты чё въёбываешься в меня, блядь? Разбегаемся быстрее! Да ты уебаный, что ли, нахуй? Болей, ты чё? Чё такое? Разворачивай, давай! Быстрее, быстрее, блядь! Полей! Давай сюда ко мне!
Направо, направо, надо, направо! Сходит, горбатый китайцы, направо вам надо!
АГСы пошли! Бля, слышал, не заводится!
Не на ту дорогу!
Он не заводится! Он не заводится! Отойди, куда ты, блядь? Направо. Бля, нахуй вы меня въебываете?
Chinese military expert Zhou Bo, during an interview with DW, said that China might have 3 roles to end the war in Ukraine: to join other major forces in providing a collective security guarantee to Ukraine. China is one of the best options when talking about sending peacemaking troops to Ukraine. Zhou Bo thinks the variant with European troops in Ukraine is unrealistic because Russia would see it as another way of a NATO presence in the country. Participation in the post-war reconstruction. Interesting signals coming from China recently. What are your thoughts?
China, to help, really demonstrated that China might have a role in the war in Ukraine. I believe China's role, first of all, is in joining other major powers in providing kind of a collective security guarantee to Ukraine and even to Russia. Why? Because this kind of a collective security guarantee is often talked about by President Zelensky, and is also deep in the memory of all Ukrainians when Ukraine decided to relinquish nuclear weapons in 1990s. So this is what they remember. The second possible assistance from China is that if people have so decided, I mean the warring countries have decided to have peacekeeping operations, yeah, then I believe China and countries like China, India might be the best troop contributing countries in that for Europeans to do this, as proposed by Polish Prime Minister, as proposed by French President, would not be realistic in that Russia definitely would take it as another way of a NATO presence in Ukraine. The third possible assistance is the post-war reconstruction. China's capability in infrastructure is next to none, so I don't need to elaborate on that. I think this is just self-evident. China can just do it more quickly and do it more efficiently at a lower cost.
Zelensky in Munich says what many think but are afraid to say. The old days are over. The U.S. doesn't see Europe as a partner. Europe must build its own army together with Ukraine.
Not us. Then who will stop them? Really? Let's be honest, now we can't rule out the possibility that America might say no to Europe on issues that threaten it. Many leaders have talked about Europe that needs its own military, an army of Europe. And I really believe that time has come. The armed forces of Europe must be created.
For the end, just a normal day in America.
Oh my God. Hey guys, we good? We good, sir? All right, coming in. Okay, nobody made it into this room, right? Nobody made it into this room? All right, let's leave it real quick. Yes, everybody good? Give me a thumbs up. Everybody give me a thumbs up. Nobody made it in this room, right?
No, sir.
All right. Stay where you're at. We're going to have officers outside, okay?
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.